Woo! Very sour. So, what this little guy, what I'm holding in my hand, is called a calamondin. Pretty much leads into today what I'm going to be talking about. Once again, this is Matt. Hey everybody, Gardens of Babylon. Here today to talk to you about citrus plants. Now here in Nashville, Tennessee, we can't really have a big citrus orchard out in our backyard. They're more kind of a container plant that gets brought in and out during the wintertime and summertime in our area, or if you have a greenhouse, you can bring it in something like that. But we do a lot of citrus plants around the nursery here, and there's a couple key things to remember to grow a very successful and healthy citrus plant, and I'm going to cover those things today. First thing is potting soil. Once you get it off in your typical grower's pot, almost all your citrus plants will be coming in a typical black plastic grower's pot. You're going to want to get it planted up. Most of those pots are about a 10-inch wide diameter pot. You're going to want to bump those up into maybe a 12 to maybe at most a 16-inch container. Keep in mind, you might want to be putting it in kind of a lightweight plastic container. You might want to stay away from stone or concrete or really heavy clay pots, because you're going to be moving this thing in and out during the different seasons. So keep that in mind. Choose a lightweight container. It makes it a little easier on your back. Always a good thing. And then from there, just choose a really good potting soil mix. This plant's going to be in this potting soil for the next couple years. You don't want to spend $1, $1.50 on really poor quality potting soil. You really want to pay attention to what you're feeding your plant. So what I recommend is kind of a 50-50 mix of 50% kind of your lightweight peat-based potting soil mix. It'll have the perlite and the vermiculite in it, and usually pine fines. That's typical. Good drainage. If you have a little bit of sand, maybe doing about 10 or 15% of that sand mixture helps with drainage. Citrus trees are kind of like tropicals. They really like good drainage around their roots. And then maybe to that I'll add about 25 to 40% of compost, my favorite being worm castings. And that pretty much covers the soil mass of that. And then to that, I'll usually add a little bit of a citrus fertilizer. Citrus are really heavy feeders in the micronutrient world. A lot of your organically based citrus fertilizers will be really heavy in micronutrients, along with some decent nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium numbers as well. So follow the directions as far as how much to add in that pot. Mix them all together, get it really combined really well. And then you're pretty much ready to pop in your citrus plant into that container. Kind of leave it a little bit more on the dry side when you bring it inside. It's also very easy to be watering it at the same rate you were watering it while it was outside, which is not the case. You're going to want to let it dry out just a little bit in between waterings. And again, when you bring it inside, just bring it in the sunniest spot you can find in your home, or sunroom, or south-facing, southeast, southwest facing of your home, to really try to get as much light on that plant as possible. And then right around, for us, again, early to mid to late April, it's about time to set it out. Not a lot of times that fruit is finished maturing. I'll put it outside and it'll go ahead and finish maturing around early spring, early summer for me. And that's about it. Some of the varieties to consider for growing indoors are calamondins. Meyer lemons are also a really good type of citrus tree that can withstand the bringing in and out of doors during the seasons, and some types of limes. So that's something to keep in mind. But with the right light conditions, you can do a lot with citrus, and that's really all there is to it. Once again, this is Matt with Gardens of Babylon. For more information on this and other growing techniques, you can go to www.gardensofbabylon.com. Have a great day.